Good morning, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to the Everything Random podcast. I'm here with my friend Randall.
What's up?
We're going to be talking about past life experiences. What else are we going to talk about?
Karmic lifestyles and your thoughts and opinions on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Contracts and whatnot. See what you think.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to be talking about all kinds of crazy stuff today. So stay tuned and like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Thumbs up.
And let's jump into it. So yeah, would you like to start us off?
I mean, let's jump right into karmic lifestyles, bro. Like, where do you think you are in it right now?
Man, I definitely feel like I've lived multiple lives. I don't know. I know this one's not my first.
Yeah.
I can feel that. I just always had a feeling about that. I don't think my last life was bad. I don't know. You know, people have like good karma, bad karma from the past lives.
Yeah.
I don't think my past life was too bad, I guess. I mean, this life didn't end up bad, so I mean,
Yeah.
it was pretty decent. I don't know.
But you think that having bad in the previous one would carry over?
Yeah, I feel like if you're a shitty person in your past life, the karma carries over some of it to this next life if you live another one, and you kind of have to pay, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, where do you feel like that sits though with the concept of karmic balance? So like, if you were a shit person, and this new life you get to be like an absolutely positive person, just so that your soul knows both sides of the coin,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. I've always just felt like if you were a bad person or a good person in your past life, say if you were good, that now in this life that you're supposed to spread love and joy to others.
Yeah. Oh, I could definitely see the change in perspective, needing to be about spreading rather than taking. Because
Yeah.
it's realistically, if you were being bad, right?
Right.
That's the kind of you're taking away from the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something like that, I guess.
I don't know. It's just like, people are bad for like so many different reasons. You know what I mean? Like nature versus nurture, growing up in poverty and criminal areas versus even just being to the countryside. You know what I mean? Like people usually go straight from like the poor, the criminal to like the upper elite, but like there's a lot of median class out there in between that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they've been making this world turn for a long time. And, that seems to be like, I don't know. The reason for being bad could just be the abuse at home or whatever. So it's like, how much of the karma can you blame on the person?
True. I also feel like right now in like the world, it's like good against evil.
Yeah.
So I mean, like look at like the music industry. It's all like demonic and demonetized and stuff. I feel like we're getting off context here for a little bit, but I feel like in a way, even in America, it's like it's angels against the demons or something. It's good against evil.
Yeah.
And like evil's in control right now. What's going on of all the media and shit like that.
I had a kid one time at a music festival, and he said, the biggest lie God ever told us, that evil exists.
Interesting.
Yeah. I kind of took it to heart at the moment because I was definitely like in a moment with him, and he was just like, yeah, man, biggest lie he ever told us is that evil ever exists. That we're all just love and different expressions of it. Some expressions aren't very good or very nice, or at least the general public doesn't think they are.
Yeah. You can't really say much in public anymore without someone getting butthurt.
Yeah. We've gotten so soft about, how, and I think it's a dirty flipped coin with that, because with softness obviously comes more love and acceptance and inclusion, but then at the same time, like, you get the radicalness of that concept, and then they start like taking our voice away and stop allowing us to just be people, you know what I mean?
Just look at like Facebook. We can't say what we want on there anymore. We get banned.
Oh, I don't even try. The only reason I have Facebook is just to talk to my parents. See what my family's doing, you know what I mean? Who's having another kid. Happy birthday,
I have it just to promote my music and festivals and shit like that, candle business, other than that. I don't really care about Facebook, man.
And I was always told that like that's the Instagram lamb. Like if you're trying to push product and stuff, like Instagram is where you want to like really spread your love.
Yeah, I mean it's still owned by the same people, so.
Yeah. No, just like the algorithm or whatever is meant more biased to like business owners and whatnot. Like if people who are trying to run a social life on Instagram, it's really not what it's there for.
Yeah.
You want that, go talk on Twitter or something.
YouTube.
You know? Yeah. Or it's not Twitter anymore, it's X or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
That's what they're calling it, right? X?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elon.
Still says Twitter when you go on it.
Is it?
It's just the logo is an X.
Oh, but it still says Twitter though?
Yeah.
So it's gotta be an affiliations thing, right? Like it's branded, but they can't take it away.
So I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. It's X Corp is what it says.
X Corp? Okay, that makes sense. He has a thing for the X. Elon does.
Well, they say if you like take it and mirror it, it's that fucking what's that one sign that's always in shit? I can't think of it. It's like
talking about the compass and the ruler.
Yeah. They say if you mirror it, it's like an exact image of that.
Yeah, which people talk about Illuminati and the Freemasons, where that comes from, and like my grandfather was a Freemason, and back in the day you couldn't even be a Freemason if anybody in your family was ever a slave. So that tells you about the people that were affiliated with that, not necessarily upper elites, but definitely people of importance and like skills that had a calling, and obviously was above being hard labor.
Right.
Even though they were very laborious, they built a lot.
Now people just refer to those as the elite.
What does that mean anymore, though?
I feel like it's just a fancy word for the fucking people who control everything.
Right, but I mean,
because you got like the government, and then you got banks and shit above the government that control the actual government. Then you got steps above them, like the Rockefellers and all these big BlackRock and all the families that control that. So it's like, who's really in control? Just those top fucking families, man. Those are the elites, I feel.
And that like all the presidents have been related to one king.
Yeah. Besides Donald Trump.
Right. He stepped up the game. He's like, look it. I don't gotta have royal blood to get in here. But he might be a time traveler. We don't know, since his grandfather found all this stuff with Tesla.
I mean, I like to keep possibilities open that we could time travel.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man.
Are we doing it right now?
Us?
Yeah.
I mean, technically.
We're on this giant ball, this little rock, realistically.
If we are in space and
Yeah.
we're traveling like they say we are, then yes, we're traveling through time.
Or unless we're just rotating on the back of some turtle with a dome on it.
Listen, man. I can't confirm the Earth is round. I can't confirm it's flat. I've never been up high enough to see.
Right. But do you remember the guy that jumped out of that balloon though?
Like long fucking time ago.
No, I think it was just either it was this year or last year.
No.
He took one of those like radar balloons or whatever that they use for the weather and stuff, and he took it all the way up till like he was in a spacesuit up there, because there was no air.
Yeah.
And like you got the view, you know what I mean? And that was live camera feed coming. Huh?
Is it flat?
I mean, you can tell the edges. You can only see the horizon so far, you know what I mean? But it definitely had its edge, But I mean, what does that really mean? Even a flat circle looks round on the edge.
Right. We will truly never know because we don't go up there and see it. I mean, we're not NASA. We don't tell people what it is.
Right. And the questioning of the firmament and stuff is, very biblical.
Yeah. Right.
Separated the the sky from the sky,
And separate the waters or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that can go anyway. I mean, either way you say it, it's pretty deep. Like, you could say we're in a dome and there's a firmament up there. There's nowhere to go. Or you could say, we're this little speck in this huge fucking thing in space, and we're pretty much don't mount to anything because there's billions and billions of more galaxies out there, and we're just a part of it.
Right.
Either way sounds ridiculously crazy to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool to even think that we're a part of something that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to love fucking like space and stuff in like high school and stuff growing up. I used to watch all kinds of stuff. I was so like intrigued by it, and like now it's like I still like it, but I'm not as interested in it as I used to be. Just because I feel like a lot of what they taught us wasn't true.
Oh yeah, and we're proving it over and over again. The age of enlightenment, the age of the truth.
Yeah.
we're become Pegasus, you know.
Right. So I was one of those people where I just don't trust.
I not Pegasus, Pisces, right? Isn't that we're in the age of knowledge?
I'm not sure.
We took the.
I think we were just in Pisces, just coming out of it. I think.
Oh, so it's Aquarius then, right?
Whatever's next.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's supposed to be the age of truth, though, which, you know, like with the internet and so much. So that's the problem with the internet. How do you filter? You know?
Right. Yeah. Like, how do you know what's true and what's not? Because there's so much shit on there.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, growing up, going through college and stuff, they always, you know, everybody was .org or .gov, you know what I mean? Then it was legit and you were good to go.
Right.
So it's like.
Now it's .com, .this, .that.
Yeah, well, that, and you know what I mean? Like, what was it? Google one day. A lot of people don't even know about it, but there was like a blackout of every site on the internet because Google accidentally like hit a button, and they have a filter where like if it hits this mark or whatever, then it'll blacklist it. Well, then once you've blacklisted so many different servers, every search goes through one of those servers.
Oh shit! Couldn't handle it.
Well, then it blacked them all out. It blacklisted, like, it shut the internet down for a period of time. Like, that's even crazy to think about. Like, the internet got shut down, so it's like, how do you get fiction from fact anymore?
I mean, could you imagine the internet actually going down today? How many people would freak out because they rely on it and that and GPS alone?
Oh,
like,
man.
People don't know directions because they
and
rely
you're talking
on
about
GPS.
chopping a couple of hard lines through the Atlantic. Giant fucking fiber lines, you know what I mean? But shit, yeah.
Even Elon Musk, he said that he blocked some of the internet out in the Ukraine and Russia when the war was happening, so they couldn't connect to some of their shit.
Oh, really?
I was like, huh.
I thought he was doing it for, like, he allowed connections through there so they could.
I heard he was.
But it could have been the opposite.
Yeah. It could be both, honestly.
Right.
Blocking this and giving you that.
Yeah.
But I mean, even shit like that, it's just like they can just turn that shit off whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, you don't get it today.
What's your Elon thoughts? Is he
I like
is he a
Elon.
hero in the White Knight or?
I don't know if he's a hero, but I think he's trying to do good.
Yeah.
I do like him for what he is. I mean, yeah, he's probably still part of that whole fucking, you know, whatever.
But he's like the black sheep of,
Yeah.
the group. Like, I'm still gonna do some good shit, guys. You know.
Right. I mean, he's made fucking millions, so I mean, at this
Billions.
point, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, at this point, it's just like he's just having fun. I think he's just doing shit.
Man works a lot, from what I hear though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll give him that. Like, I'm a worker, Capricorn.
He's
You
a
know what I mean?
workaholic.
Like, we're all about the hustle, so it's like I get it. And that man puts in hours.
Between Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter, man.
Yo, man.
Just go, go, go.
And, he was tunneling under
Oh yeah,
LA
the boring
and stuff.
thing too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Opening new factories. He did the Gigaback factory. You know what I mean?
Giga Berlin, Giga Texas.
Yeah, and they said 10 of those things, and you could run the world.
It's crazy.
It's 100 giga factory or something. I forgot. There was a little meme or whatever. Not a meme, but like a little trailer. DiCaprio and Elon talking or whatever. He's like, no, like 10 of these factories, and we could power the world. Or was it 100? It was 100.
Either way, that's a lot.
Either way, you know what I mean? We're talking about 100 buildings and you can power the world. Like, what are we doing wrong now? Something's weird.
He's even talking about taking a little chunk of Texas. I don't know how much it was, so many miles, but you could power pretty much the whole U.S. just with that part in Texas with solar panels.
Yeah.
And I was like, so why the fuck aren't we doing that shit?
Right. So you say it's possible, then do it then.
Right.
I know you got enough money.
Yeah, make it happen.
I mean, obviously it's got to be profitable, right? Is the problem. You know what I mean?
Just give us free energy. Fuck, give us a goddamn break on something. You motherfuckers are multi-billionaires, trillionaires. You got enough fucking money. What do you need it for?
Oh yeah, I know. Could you imagine trillionaires? Like, they have them in Dubai. Like,
yeah.
There's
princes
definitely
and shit.
Yeah.
They own all the oil and stuff.
They don't talk about their money.
No,
They have
fuck
so
no,
much
they
of it.
don't.
You know what I mean?
Only people that know how much are the people in that family.
And even then, they might not even know. They're just like, I just spent.
You're right. Don't even look.
I just did this.
I fucking wish. Could you? I feel like life would be boring though because you could have everything. You could do anything, and then you do everything, and you'd be like, well, what is there to do now?
I mean, like, you got that kind of money, you can save the world.
Yeah, you could
You know what I
save
mean?
the whole world.
Yeah.
Stop all the bullshit. We could all live in peace and harmony.
And feed everybody, and then we can get out on a good karmic life cycle. You know what I mean? Stop turning the wheel of debauchery.
Like trillions of dollars, I'd definitely help a lot of people. What the fuck am I gonna use it all?
If I had $1 trillion, dude, everybody be eating.
Even couple billion
Who's
dollars.
getting steaks today? I got vegan steaks too. Let's go.
Fuck, I'm starting my own farm and just doing my own shit. All fruits, vegetables, fucking animals.
There are some people that seem to be buying up a lot of land, thinking about that process, putting in a lot of agriculture.
It's all work.
Except for Gates, he's buying all of the agriculture.
He wants to control it all the food.
He knows he's not going to live forever.
All
right?
the land.
Or is he? Is he a vampire?
He's probably gonna live forever. He'll probably say he dies. He'll go away for a few hundred years and come back as something new. Yeah, right. He's probably a lizard person by now.
Uh-huh.
He's probably a lizard person by now.
Well, see, so this is my confusion about the lizard people, right? Because supposedly it's about the lizard part of our brain, which is our very primal, active, you know what I mean, like sexually related, conquer, want to fight, that's supposed to be part of all of our brains, you know what I mean? So it's like, when they talk about the lizard people, is it just the ones who, they accept that and they bow down to it, they praise it rather than...
I think you have, I think it's part of, the cult in some way, man. I think you have to join something, do a ritual,
drink
some
Kool-Aid.
blood, yeah.
I do like Kool-Aid.
It's gonna be some thick Kool-Aid, bro. But you might look young forever.
Nah, that's not worth it.
Look at Oprah. I mean, she's starting to kind of look old, but she looks young for her age.
Yeah, she's almost 70 or something, right? She's old.
Oprah, who else looks fucking young? Eminem still looks pretty fucking young. He looks like he's 30 or 20 still. I don't think it's really Eminem. He looks way different.
Which one is this? Like The Undertaker. There was 4 or 5 of them, right?
Yeah. There's even a thing that Dave Chappelle's a clone now.
Oh, man. That's
I almost believe it because I used to like watch his shit all the time. And I'm actually about to make a YouTube video about it and shit. Because, if you look at, their head structures and shapes, they're, completely different. The new Dave Chappelle's head's, more, flat in the back, and the old Dave's was, more, oval. And the old Dave was, he was more darker, darker skin color than the new one. And obviously, the new guy's fucking big and buff and huge, and his voice went from, this to, really fucking deep. So, it's,
yeah.
What's really going on, man?
Yeah, but, some of that could have been, growth hormones and stuff that he was bulking up. And,
yeah, I mean, you never know, but he definitely looks way fucking different. Way different.
I don't know, Joe Biden looks different.
I don't think he's even real. I mean, he's just some random person in the
Sorry,
house.
we're not allowed to talk about that.
They're going on Patreon.
Yeah, it's great. I've seen some interesting side-by-sides, whoa, that really isn't him, is it?
I don't know what's going on with that. And if it is him, how is he still president? He doesn't even know how to fucking speak a sentence.
Is he president? I mean, obviously,
obviously
somebody gave him a piece of paper to sign, and he said, yes.
He's the one that signs everything, but he's not in control.
Does he even sign anything? I bet you
No, he's got a stamp that's already signed. He's
they're just
stamp it.
Yes, Joe. That's your signature.
What is this for?
For a new slide for the back room. Woo, for the kids, yay!
Come here, little girl. Don't tell your mommy. Stinky Joe is coming back at him.
Oh, man. Oh, that's way off topic. That's hilarious, though.
Hey. All I know is this world's going to shit.
Is it?
I think so. There's a few of us.
Are we just dividing out?
Well, that for sure.
Yeah,
that's why
you've heard of
shit.
the new Earth, right? You know what I mean? You've heard about this, the transition. We've already started to pull away from one Earth to the other.
Yep.
You think just one day we won't even notice, and we're actually going to be living in the grace of love?
I think. Well, I mean, I will personally notice because I'm too fucking aware of how everybody is now and what everything is. I think most people won't if it does happen like that.
Yeah.
So I think most people won't notice.
Because I feel like it's what you pay attention to. I had a guy recently started talking about conspiracies and these far out countries and different states and all these things going on and stuff. He's like, man, you just can't be worried about that. You just gotta see what's in your community, what you got going on locally, add to it, support it. You know what I mean? And there, you never know the rest of the world. It was different, yeah.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it depends on your mindset, I guess. I mean, yeah, locally where I live, everybody's great and nice. When I go to the city, and it's like everybody's like, get the hell away. Cranky.
Because we're not meant to live on top of each other.
No, we're not.
No.
Even when I lived in the city for the 5-6 years I was there, man, it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
Going from like country,
Yeah.
like nowhere to packed fucking city.
Oh yeah,
it was insane.
And look at every time you find a city big enough where they start stacking people up, everything gets crazy. You know what I mean? Like people are just not supposed to be piled in there like that.
Well, that's what they want. They want all these 15-minute cities and everybody to be packed in and crammed in this small area.
Well, I mean, we could fit like the entire United States in Texas. So I mean, like we got a lot of space. We can just kind of spread out. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And just give everybody some fucking space.
Right. Like, and the pricing of things because of it, which makes even less sense. Like, okay, like New York, you get 600 square feet for like $3,000. Like, are you kidding me? What is this?
Man, I couldn't imagine that. I thought it was bad here.
Yeah. When I got a guy that works for me. He lives out just west of Los Angeles, and he's paying like $2,500 a month for his three bedroom. That is a total of 1,000 square feet. So you know they're tiny little rooms, and it's in a building. So there's more of them packed in there, and he's paying $2,500. And I showed him just the layout here or whatnot, and he was like, "Wow, man, you got so much room to flex out." And I was like, "Yeah, and I pay a quarter of you do."
Yeah, I don't even pay. Well, I pay probably less than half of that for my house. I got 5 acres.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy what happens when you stack all those people together.
I mean, I was even when I was living in my apartment, I moved in, it was 500, you know, a couple years go by, goes up to like 800, 850, and I'm like, all right, it's not worth it at this point. I'm just going to buy a house.
Yeah.
And I'm literally only paying like, well, I'm probably paying double now for what I was paying my apartment, but I have a house. I got land.
Yeah.
I can do what I want. I don't have to worry about my neighbors, you know, walking above me, making noise and shit. I don't have to worry about anybody bitching or complaining, hearing car alarms go off.
Oh, man.
Hearing people fight.
I still hear some of that, you know what I mean, because of the lake community and stuff, but...
Man, it's peaceful right here, like, peaceful.
I bet. I mean, 5 acres is enough to push out sound quite a ways.
Yeah. I wish I had more.
Yeah?
Wish I had like 20, realistically. I want to have a big festival, man.
Yeah.
You know, live where I have the festival and throw that one time a year, and that'd be my job.
Yeah.
Just host festivals.
I've also been very interested in that life.
Yeah.
I was on path to make it happen. There's actually like a cool place to rent out down the road here. It's got like 10 cabins. It's got a 2-story dining hall, so there's full kitchen and everything downstairs, so you can like cook for people and everything. There's a dance floor upstairs, and then it's like on 15 acres with a lake.
Okay.
Like you can rent it out for the whole week.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was gonna do that. I had a group of people. You know what I mean? Like I was putting people in for music and for tickets and like promotions and you know what I mean. And I was separating it out, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. And then like they all started to do drugs. And I told them one day, I was just like, all right, man, we gotta like bundle down. We gotta like get some stuff done, you know?
Gotta hustle.
And then they all left. They were like, you know, they didn't want to do any hard work. I'm just like, man, this is part
I
of
would
the
have
game.
been so down to do it. I mean, that's why I did my festival this past year. I was like, I need to start something because I'll start small and it'll eventually grow into something big, you know?
Right, yeah, get a following and stuff.
Yep.
I heard there were some good people you got on the list already.
Yeah. And it's like, I know, you know, a lot of the DJs out here in this area, half of them, most of them pretty much.
Yeah.
I got a lot of connections, so it's like we can get a good lineup. I'm really working on getting a big headliner, like you know. Don't want to say nothing yet, but if I can get him on there, man, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's all it takes, man. You get one guy to bring a crowd, and it'll be a good time.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know.
I just need to find some land. I need to find more land. Like I have land in my house, but it's 5 acres. So that's gonna outgrow that eventually.
Yeah.
Like I can fit so many more people than I did last year, but I want at minimum 2,000 people.
Okay.
That's what I'd like.
And you worked out like what kind of square footage you need for that kind of people?
I haven't really went that far yet. I gotta look at different plots of land and kind of just go from there. Maybe like different festival grounds and shit.
Well, because you know they have a lot of stuff going on. So like if you're doing mainly just like stages and stuff, like just take a 6 foot round, you know what I mean, and times that by 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And that's the minimum distance for an area in front of a
Plus
stage.
parking and camping and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe like what, 15, 20 acres maybe, give or take.
I bet you 15 would do it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good big property, 15 acres. I guess cars take up a lot of space though.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Vehicles and tents.
That's probably
Because like look at Forest. Because that's how I would have to park everybody. Something similar to that, so everybody would fit.
Right.
Because like this past year, since I it wasn't like completely full, because I was kind of like eyeballing it out, seeing how many people I could fit. Didn't want to oversell it.
Yeah.
But I had more than enough room, so I was like, yeah, just park fucking over here, go camp wherever you want, just set up wherever. I didn't care. But I think like this next upcoming year, I'm gonna actually have slots and shit where everybody parks and then
a little more uniform.
Yeah, where everybody camps so everybody can fit and shit like that.
I was at Pyro last weekend, and it's like trails that go through the woods and stuff, and there's like a big field to camp into, and like you just
I almost fucking went
find
there.
a spot.
I was gonna been there, but I didn't get my fucking check-in time. I got it the week after.
Said something, I would have freaking got you into the festival.
I didn't want to bug anybody. I was gonna bend there with my candles.
Oh yeah,
candles
we
there.
could have
It was
sent
only
you
like
with the
$100.
glass people too.
Really?
Yeah.
That was only like $100 more. Next year, I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome festival. It's a good tribe of people.
Yeah, it's right here.
They're all very, very chill, very family oriented. You know, a lot of art.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. A lot of art going on.
A lot of hippie jam band stuff.
No, freaking, you know who Little Stranger is?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh, you gotta look them up, dude. These two guys, very West Coast feel, very sublimey, reggae with like almost like reggae tones sometimes here and there. They threw a party for like 3 hours. It was awesome. And it's just two guys, there's banter, one guy's on the mic a lot. It was cool. I highly recommend them. That Pyro show with Little Stranger was amazing.
No, most definitely. 'Cause it's not that expensive of a festival either.
No, and it's, you know what I mean? Like the $100 thing, Joe kept it like that all the way because it was his wedding, so it was like super chill. You know what I mean? Like I think the most I've ever paid for a Pyro ticket was like $160.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's because I bought it at the door. And it was already a pretty packed festival.
Right.
But no, Pyro's a good time. Plus there's fire, man.
Yeah.
There's like a whole team of people that just fire the whole time. Plus everybody who can do fire is allowed to just join in. But there's like a group of them that travel with the festival, and they are next level fire people.
That's badass.
Yeah.
So you need to get with like the people that run that and just ask them questions about their shit, where they get everything.
If you go to the Pyro Music Festival, Joe is he's a pretty awesome guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't answer back real quick because he got a lot of shit going on. But like as soon as the festivals and stuff are over, what else is he doing besides hanging out or playing?
Yeah. Like I said, man, my dream is just to have one big festival.
Yeah.
Somewhere, sometime. Doesn't matter if it's in Michigan or a different state, but I want one somewhere that's so big that people want to go to it every year. Something like Electric Forest or Lost Lands or something. It doesn't have to be as big, but.
Oh, see, and like the thing is though, you keep it at instead of this big, you do like this big. You can do it twice a year. Do a spring and a fall.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And then let all the summer people have their, so you're not like trying to step on toes and anything else. You know?
That was my problem this past year too, because like normally Grid Life is in May, the end of May.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, first weekend of June, there's normally not any festivals going on. Set my date there, and like 2 weeks later, Grid Life is like, oh, same weekend. I'm like, damn it.
Oh,
Boogie T, a bunch of people are gonna be there. I'm like,
That's
I know where a lot of people are going.
That's hilarious.
Like, I ain't mad, but it just sucks.
Right? Yeah, it's a lot to plan around, especially when things get moved and stuff and rescheduled. And, oh, man. Now they're stepping on my toes. They got a lot bigger people coming.
Yep. Like I said, if I can get this artist on, though, it's a guarantee sell out. There's no way they won't. Because like I said, not only will I be promoting, they'll be promoting it too. So.
Oh yeah, they're gonna want people to come to their own show.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Me too.
I'm gonna start doing the hunt now since Kyle said something. He's like about the property and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start looking now too. Then, 'cause I thought that was the lock, so I was like, all right, we're not worry about that.
Well, we're supposed to do it as grandparents, man.
Right.
I said yes to it and everything, and even the freaking farmer that rents out the field was like, hell yeah, you guys can do whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
We're like, yes, we got it. And then like the next day they're like, nope. We're like, what? How are you gonna tell us yes and then say no?
Yeah. Like we got your permission already.
Right. Their main concern was they didn't want nobody dying out there. They thought someone was gonna die.
That's what insurance is for.
I mean. Whatever, but I told him, I was like, no one's gonna die. You know, it's not like that type of party. It's just music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's not. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of drinking when it comes to that lifestyle. Yeah.
Right.
Some people do. And that's usually what these festivals right here, especially the country festival, like.
That's all people do is get fucked up, man.
Yeah, just drinking from the time they wake up, and then they wonder why people are face down somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
You're fucking assholes, or. Yeah, I went to, what was it? It was the Faster Horses.
Yeah.
I think like the second year they had it, because I was still living out here.
Yeah.
I didn't even like pay. I snuck in. I jumped the
Right,
fence.
same. Every year.
And the first 20 yards, I walk in. This lady's on the ground, sitting there. Can you help me? What's going on? I broke my ankle. My husband left like 20 minutes ago. He hasn't came back. I was like, are you serious?
Jeez.
All right.
He's probably out drinking. Like, all right, she's down.
He's like, all right, be right back, honey. Never comes back.
I'll be back, man. You stay right there, okay? I'm gonna get some help.
Dude, it was crazy.
Comes back, it's dark. They just left me here.
It was just for me. At the time, it was fun, but really now it's not my thing. I don't like country music.
Yeah.
It's just a big redneck fest to
Oh
me.
yeah. No, I get that. And we were talking about the good versus the evil and stuff. And like I think it was last year, I went to Past Horses again, and like I was like, man, it just feels so dark here.
Mm-hmm. It's a different energy.
Yeah, it was just like no one really seemed to care about people. Like you see people tripping and falling, and easily could have like said something or helped up.
Yeah.
And like it just wasn't happening. I was like, man, I think I'm done coming here.
That's why I love the EDM scene, man. Everybody just fucking cares for everybody, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you're always gonna find a bad apple on a tree.
Right. The majority of the people, like, you fall down, get hurt. Oh my God, you're okay.
Oh yeah, there's multiple people. They're all like, "Oh, bro, come on, let's get them!" And I love that about the scene too. Like, if we're winning our karmic cycle on this, it's definitely going to shows and supporting people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
doing the art thing, and
Like last year at Forest, me and my buddies were going to walk around the VIP area, just check everything out. There's this guy. He had a wagon, had like 4 big ass totes full of clothes and all kinds of shit. He was wheeling them and they all fell. All the shit went all over the place. We're like, damn, we should go help him fucking pick his shit up.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah.
Went over
Right.
there, helped him pick his shit up. He's like, oh, guys, come back to our tent. I got a fucking surprise for you guys. He gave us all he gave me a little tiny party cock. He gave everybody else like little trinkets and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I was like, you don't have to. I was just trying to help you out.
Right. Hell yeah. And that's when people, they see the respect and the love and
Yeah.
what I mean?
So,
Like,
like,
hey, I got something for you. Check this out. Come
you don't get that in the real world.
No, not really. You know what I mean?
Someone drops shit, they'd be like, oh, don't look at him. I ain't helping him.
Yeah, it's definitely, what I mean? I do feel like there's been some hope, though. There's like people turning around. There's a lot of the younger generation that they're seeing things a little differently, a little better, And I have a lot of respect for the people coming up right now.
I feel people are waking up.
Yeah, and they're living in the most, as far as we know, the most technological, like crazy advanced society.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
and we're as humans, we weren't meant for this initially. You know what I mean? Like we're
hunter gatherers.
Yeah, what I mean? So they tell us, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we had to do it at some point, one way or the other, right? Even if it was the younger dryas or not.
Yeah. I feel like even like they say, oh, the Egyptians built the pyramids. I don't think the Egyptians built the pyramids.
Oh yeah, they're way older.
Oh yeah, because
Way
you think
older.
about the Egyptians scribbled into the pyramids. If they could cut slabs nice and perfect, you think they would have scribbled and etched into the sides of it? Fuck
Right.
no, that should have been like scanned in there, graved in, right? Been perfect.
Yeah.
I think they just found it. I think the pyramids are fucking hundreds of thousands of years old, man.
Oh yeah, I mean like just the fact of the amount of mass that is there, you know what I mean? Like how long did that have to come there? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, you touch that, you're touching one of the oldest things on this earth that's still standing.
I think it's the Tobeke Temple. Tobeke Temple. They just recently found it. Man, I thought it was. I'm not gonna speak out of turn because I can't remember right now. But it's one of the oldest standing like large. What do you call it? Not a temple, but like standing structures. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's just like the ability that they had to put that stuff there, and then not only like were there like irrigations and stuff, and it was like all set up, but then it shows that they literally took surrounding area and then covered it up on purpose
Huh. Or they're hiding it from somebody or something. Who
to
knows?
preserve it. You know, because the thought is like there was invasion or there was collapse of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Society or whatever, and they just wanted to preserve what they had built.
That's
It's
interesting.
the theories. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of shit they find are like all buried and shit, like those big giant head structures that they find.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
those things are called, but
Dum dum
yeah, those things. I think those are fucking interesting as hell, man. Them things are huge. Like,
Yeah, they're
who
giant.
made that? Did we make it, or humans didn't make it? I don't know. Could be giants made it.
Oh yeah,
I believe there was fucking giant trees that was on this earth at one point.
Oh yeah, there's a famous one where they think it was a huge tree, but we call it a plateau, like a mountain plateau or whatever.
Isn't it like that Devil's Hill or some shit? Or is that a different one? It's in
I'm
Utah
horrible
or
with
something.
names,
I don't know.
but yeah, it's out the northwest area.
Yeah.
And you hear about what they're talking about with the Grand Canyon.
Hmm.
So like you can see the different layers in it or whatever. The new working theory is that because obviously they think that the river just made its way through there or whatever.
Just carved it down.
But so when there was the giant flood, you know what I mean, and that's across all different societies. It's talking about the giant flood, which we've concluded, or some have concluded that it's when an asteroid hit, melted all the poles, pushed the water out everywhere. So they think that because they're like blocked sediments, that it was just when a lot of water left really quickly. So so the flooding came, pushed all the soil into these areas, and as it's coming in layers and layers and layers, and you have the same kind because it all upheaved and then
Yeah.
and then the actual carving is when all the water just went back out to the oceans.
It's an interesting theory. Never heard that one before.
Yeah, I was just watching that the other night. I was like, man, he's making a lot of sense though. Like because like the aging of the different soils, some of it is a few thousand to like 80,000 or I'm just throwing numbers, but like there's drastic difference just in the different specs and stuff.
Okay.
So there's no way that sediment could have just layered like
Right.
that over so many years.
Yeah, very well could have been.
It's just interesting. We keep finding out. You know what I mean?
It's like I feel like the more shit we find out, the stuff that we knew in the past is wrong.
Right, and that's a science standpoint too. You know what I mean? Like it's always the most information we have available, right? So like that's the best science. We tell the public we found this, we can prove it like this. This is the best information we have. So then you can live like that until there's better equipment, there's different testing, you find a different way to test things, and then we find out like, oh, we were wrong. Actually, this shit's gonna kill you.
Sorry, didn't mean to give you those asbestos blankets.
oh, right, yeah, that's going way back. Oh man.
Yeah. There's a town, I think it's in Russia. It's where like pretty much all that asbestos comes from,
Okay.
and they're like state symbols of fucking rock of asbestos.
Really?
Like when you go into the town, there's a giant rock of asbestos right there.
Interesting.
I think the town's actually called asbestos or asbestos or something.
Interesting.
And I was like, huh. Because all the reporters were all freaking out. They're in like suits and, masks and shit. And then like all these Russians are like laughing at him. They're like, look at this guy. He's like, hey, we just breathe it in. We don't care. And he's like, yeah, no.
Oh, man.
It's like it puts hair on your chest, man. That gives you mesothelioma.
Yeah, right? No shit. Oh. Man, there's just so much going on. You learn so many things new all the time.
Yeah, especially now that I haven't really been working. I have all this time to do research and shit.
Yeah, just sit and think and read, be human.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Filling my head full of knowledge.
Yeah, I take envy in your situation, but at the same time, I would go crazy not working.
It's not too bad. Like I said, you gotta keep yourself busy. You can't just. I can't just sit there on a couch and be like, because after about 20 minutes of this, I'm like, I'm bored. Let's go outside. Sun's out. Gotta do something.
No, I'm down for that too. I've always been a landscaper, so I like to make everything look pretty when I can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, but as long as I'm doing something every day, like I could not sit idle.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a few days where I'm just like, I'm just gonna relax today. I don't want to do shit. Maybe a few things around the house, like little things, like vacuum, do dishes.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Even though you're on break.
Right.
But I'm taking a break today. Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm just doing shit, man. Gotta keep busy. So I will go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. The mind is a crazy thing to let sit idle.
Yeah. And like right now, it's kind of not now. But last week, when it was warm, it was hard to be outside because all them fucking mosquitoes, dude, even during the day. They were
you said you got a lot of water over there.
Yeah. My neighbor's got a pond, the neighbors down the road's got a pond. Dude, everybody's got ponds. I'm like the only one that don't. I really just want to dry up that swamp so it's all dry and less mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to get some plants that attract dragonflies because they eat mosquitoes and all kinds of bugs, so that'll keep them down too.
Okay.
My goal next year is plant plants that attract those and bees. And I want to get some bees as well. Maybe not next year, but eventually I want to have a beehive.
I want to have bees in the greenhouse.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So
that way, that was another reason for going down, is because then they have like cover. You know what I mean? They can get down warmer when they need to.
Yeah.
Because they'll be below the frost line.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's a good idea. You ever thought of like doing a garden with like the piles like a triangle? You can actually grow more like fruit off it because it's more surface area than it being flat.
Yeah. I just do it inside the boxes though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I've done that with like sugar snap peas, tomatoes. I even did it with cucumbers one year.
Yeah, I've been seeing.
What was cool is I built up high enough that I could walk under it. So and then most of it, like the tomatoes and the cucumber stuff, it would just dangle. So you just walk through the middle.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That was fun. Just trying to add to some positive karma, for the next ride.
Yeah, I hope my next ride isn't on this planet.
Yeah, you want to come back here?
It's a little crazy.
I don't know what's it gonna be like next time. I feel I can remember a couple of my times being here, or at least flashes from them, and those were crazy times, man. Like we talked about the Egyptians. I remember this one flash where like I was getting off this long boat that had like the curves on the ends of it. It looked very Viking to me, but obviously like the time period could have been whenever.
Right.
But I was like walking on this wood dock onto the sand, and there's like this smaller pyramid, more like for a small family or something, and this woman, she's walking down the front steps. She's just draped in gold, long black hair, and these jaded green eyes. She's just holding this little cherub baby, because it's kind of brown, and she's just like, come home. I said, whoa.
that's crazy, man.
This one time, I was standing with a couple of different Indians, and we were behind this giant boulder, and we all got our spears in our hand, and we're all ducked down real tight, and all of a sudden you just hear, And then all these other Indians were coming down the plain hill. And they were chasing the buffalo. And we all went running out to spear our buffalo and stuff.
I'm a firm believer that all our ancestors were us, man.
Oh, yes. It's just repeating.
Yeah. So everything, all the fucking bullshit that, say, for instance, we'll just use like when fucking all the racist bullshit was way back in the day. So like when they had slaves and shit and blah, blah, blah. I feel like we still pay for some of that in our today's life karma. Not like heavily. Not like
We're literally paying for it. There's states that are actually paying people.
Karma wise.
Yeah.
I don't know. My first memory, as I was telling you before, is I just remember there being a tunnel of light and I going through it and like I come out of it and I was being born and it was like such a feeling of like release. And like you remember seeing like the lights and shit. And like kind of the doctor, but then everything went blurry. And I don't remember everything until I was 1. I remember a few things. And then around maybe 2 or 3, I guess I started remembering more shit.
Yeah.
But isn't it weird though? Like when you're that young, you don't really remember much. You're just kind of like on autopilot. You like don't know why you're here.
Sure.
And then one day
you're
like
not really in the body yet. You know what I mean?
And then one day you're just like, what the hell is this? What's that? Why am I here? Why is this like that? You have all these questions. You don't even know shit. Like,
right.
It's crazy.
You start asking question after question. I have a toddler.
Yeah.
Just nonstop questions. What is going on? What is this? Why do we do that? Why? I met this one guy. I was smoking at his girlfriend's house, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like, I was like 11 or 12, and then I just like, I was here." He's like, I didn't know none of these people, but they all had a name for me, so then I started going by that name, and I just continued living my life. But I got here when like this body was like 11 or 12 years old.
Could be like switching dimensions or some shit.
Right.
I believe I've switched dimensions, but I've stayed the same age. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I seriously feel like I'm even now. I don't feel like I'm in the same dimension I started in. Just things are different now. I don't know. I just
totally
different
agree.
things.
Totally agree. Like, because I have like what I would call a stream of that old life, or actually like at least 2 different lives, because there was like this one where I kind of remember different things that were going on when I lived in the city. And then I remember moving out to the country, but there was like this weird transition from that. And then when I left there and came up to Michigan, it was like, and obviously there's like stages of your life and stuff, but it was like, it was a different guy back then. Like it was me.
Yeah.
But it was somebody different though.
Yeah.
And like,
it was your soul in another body.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then like, I can see like different pieces of my face, like look different from different eras of the photo.
Wow.
Like, man, like that's me still, but like you see how the cheeks, like, and like obviously our different weight and everything changes our structure of our face, but like when you can see like different parts of this, that look different, like was that me? Did I really live that life? Because I think back to like the mentality of that person, and I'm just like, man, like that's not even me. Like, how could I ever think like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think back, like, I feel like the reason that we all think we live multiple lives is because I feel like after we die, you go to the light. I feel like the moon is like something that traps us here, like our soul or something.
Yeah.
Like you were saying the other day, because you brought that up, and I was like, yeah, because I was reading into that the other day where let's say you die, your soul goes up, gets trapped in the moon, gets wiped pretty much, and you get sent back down here in another fucking body, and you pretty much have no fucking idea or recognition of your last life.
Yeah.
But I feel like after doing that so many times, you're going to start remembering.
Oh yeah, you erase the hard drive enough times, you still find ghost files and stuff, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And if that's true, it's like, are we even real, or are we just in a matrix?
I don't know.
Right. How do you tell the difference?
Know? Right, yeah. And like, they say like we're on the verge of making technology that can do that. You know what I mean? Like make a life of our own on a computer, which The Sims and stuff has always been kind of on that verge or whatever. But then like once you hit Neuralink, and then we have quantum computing, like, and that merge happens between software and hardware, like does a new existence, just like Rick and Morty, he's
Like
inside of his battery. You know what I mean? He's got all those different fucking living in there.
And who's to say we're not something inside somebody's battery or something, or
Right.
in somebody's lab, and they're just watching us and shit, and we're like this big to them, and they're just like, ha ha. You just type something on the computer and change whatever. You never know. I don't know. Fuck.
Well, because then it's artificial, so it just allows itself to organically grow anyways. So there's not even an input anymore. The basis has been put down,
True.
and then you just let it run, and see where it goes.
See what happens.
Yeah.
For all we know, we're at like super fast forward pace, but it seems normal to us.
Right.
Could just already happen like that.
Dude, time is non-existent to me, so it's very odd.
The only reason that time, people think is real is because we invented it to see how long the sun goes around the Earth. The Earth goes around the sun.
Yeah, and then we're not even doing it right. It's 13 months. I don't care what anybody says. There's
we're definitely
moons.
not on the right calendar.
Yeah.
Because there's only how many days in each month? There's the same fucking amount of days in each month there used to be.
Yeah, like 29 or 30 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was maybe like 29 or 30. Yeah, now it's like random. This one's got more, this one's got less. It's like in a month should all be the fucking same.
Well, I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson explain that so there's the micro fractions or whatever, as it adds up to 4 years, leap year, we add a day because there's been extra time added on every year because of the way the system is now.
So why don't we just make the days just a slight bit longer and even them all out?
That's why there should be 13 months. Most women have 13 periods in the year. There's 13 moons in the year. There's 13 pieces of the turtle shell.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mother Nature told us a long time ago. We're just not listening anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not even that. I think it's just too many people are controlled and want to be sheep and be told what to do and not actually be thinkers.
I mean, that's what public education does, right?
I mean, yes and no. I got my thoughts on that too. I feel like half the shit they teach is dumb and the other shit is good. Like, I feel like they should actually teach people how to do their taxes and run their own business and actually, do shit that makes them successful in life. Not, hey, this is what you got to do. Go be a slave to somebody who owns a company and work your whole life and fucking be poor. Because that's what the school teaches you to do.
Well, see, I do think that should be part of the curriculum, taxes, running a business, but then, like, there's way more important shit that we're not doing, like how to talk to people, how to have feelings and, emotional regulation.
Yeah, that should be one too.
How to communicate, your actual feelings, express yourself,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Art, culture, so they did a test, I was just reading about this the other day, where they did like a test on kindergarten or like right before kindergartens, and all of them tested, or it was a huge percentage, like it was like 97 or 98% of them, all geniuses. They went back 5 years once they were in 5th grade, and 87% of them were geniuses. And then they got to high school, and there was like 52% of them or whatever.
So they're making us dumb.
Right. Well, because and the theory that he was coming from this conclusion was that the public school steals your creativity and takes away your genius levels. We're all born genius.
I believe that. I believe we all have the same intelligence level, except like it's not like, it's kind of like a video game. You have X amount of stats and you can put them in whatever you want. And that's how smart you are. Like,
yeah.
Some people are good scientists. Some people are good farmers. Some people are good at building shit. Some people are good at fucking this. Like, I feel like we all have the same level of intelligence. It's just in different areas.
Right, and that's how they should teach us in school. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, and they don't have to like section us off like they do in Hunger Games. Or whatever, you know what I mean?
We could all still be in the same class.
Right, yeah. But like, all right, well, your curriculum is going to be more based on agriculture and soils and rain temperatures and and then this guy over here, like, we're going to teach him how to cook because he loves spices. He's got a good nose.
I also feel like high school is still too young to figure out what you're trying to do with your life. You're just still a kid. I didn't even know what I wanted to do in high school. Even after I graduated, I'm like, I don't know. Guess I'm gonna get a job and just live.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows what they want to do at that age. It's just they're kids, man.
No, but then they'll sign you up for thousands and thousands of dollars of school loans to figure it out.
Right. You think you want to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you get it, and you're like, well, I can't even find a job in this, so that sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a reason that like the rich people always talk, like, the liberal arts and stuff, the language. You're like, oh, that must be nice, it's to go into something that is fun to learn, or gets to culture you. But there's a reason that most of the elite or the higher class, they do that specifically because it helps their brain develop and like learn how to troubleshoot and express how they want to do things.
Yeah, they're free thinkers.
Yeah, and that's how you make good business, because you get in the box of information, and you're only gonna make what's in the box.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the box gets smaller and smaller as competition gets harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you gotta think outside the box. And that's where your creative mind, your thinkers, your cultural arts,
Yeah, no, I mean, I believe it. Like I said, I just feel school should teach more important shit.
Oh yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
When was the last time you did physics? And
I mean, I didn't even do it in high school. If I know more about physics now than I did in high school.
Thank you, quantum entanglement.
Like, I don't know. When I was in high school, physics seemed really hard to me, but I never really put much thought into it other than it sounds hard, so I'm not going to do it. But, I was a little shit in high school. I really didn't care about half the classes, so I didn't try. I passed the ones I needed to, but other than that, I was just like, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. I probably should have a little more.
No,
But, I mean, I turned out pretty good, I guess. So.
You find you go towards whatever you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I seen somebody explain the different geometry versus calculus, trigonometry, physics, and like it was all about some sort of like geometric figure, and then like how the cell made all these pixels made dots, how it all rotated, and then like that was your trigonometry, and then like how the cells go together, and then you're talking about like biology and stuff, and then once all the cells make this form, well, the study of this form becomes calculus, and now the calculus is explaining the interaction of all these cells and how the geometric fixtures, and you're back to geometry, and then the relationship to all of these becomes physics.
It's a lot.
Right. Like, it's so cool though that somebody like just made that like transition of like it's just these different shapes that we all make, like the way the eyes make a shape in front of us.
Yeah.
And it becomes all these different types of science and math, and what I mean, I think that's
Hey, all I know is once you start adding letters to math, I'm fucking lost. What's A equal? I don't know. 1, that's the first letter of the alphabet.
But is it though? Which alphabet? Roman, correct?
The English alphabet, the one
Right.
I know.
Right.
The one I was taught, at least.
I don't know. I see a lot of the advancements of science and math, like they're slowly connecting what I would say us like soul people, or us collective conscious, that we're awoke, or whatever you want to say. I don't want to say woke because I think that's like this horrible. Like,
We're awakening.
Yeah. They're connecting these things. Like we've all always known that we're all connected. We're all one love. All people.
Yeah.
And now science, with quantum locking, quantum entanglement, and how like a cell on a different side of the universe is doing the exact same thing as you. You know what I mean? It's just showing proof, though. You know what I mean? Like for the scientific mind, people who are like, you guys are all crazy. Like we're all one. No, really. Like you're just a bunch of stardust wrapped in this meat suit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, we all came from the same fucking thing.
yeah. And that's why they say energy cannot be created or destroyed because we're all already here.
Yeah.
Everything happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, I was gonna say something I forgot.
What's with the blue burst?
It was there. It was like as soon as I went to say it, I was like, "What was I gonna say?"
I saw the thread leave.
Must have not been important, guys.
No, the energy thing is super interesting because it to me it's the border or the intersecting of science and religion and spirituality. Like we talk about the Big Bang, right? And like even though now we're starting to think that there was like there's been infinite amount of Big Bangs and that they're on the opposite of a black hole.
I'm iffy on the Big Bang.
Huh?
I'm iffy on the Big Bang.
On which way?
because like my standpoint of it, it was this little ball of mass, or whatever, and it just blew up, and now we have everything, and it just eventually turned into everything over millions of years. So how does something just blow up into everything? Is what I can't comprehend. Or nothing blow up into something.
Well, because we're just made of a bunch of different gases and carbons, right? So the thought process is that all this gas and stuff was all balled up and just exploded out, and as the heavier gases collected, and then they started making stars, and then the stars started creating different carbons and nitrogens, and then that's all we're made up of anyways, right? But now they're starting to, they seen I think it's, I don't want to call it a quasar, I don't think that's right, but they saw a bright light energy shoot out of a black hole.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
So they're starting to think.
I always didn't think
the Big
that.
Bang is on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was always, what weirded me was, black holes suck in everything, even light, but light doesn't actually have like mass.
Yeah,
So
it's got a wavelength.
Well, yeah, I guess it does, but it doesn't really. I don't know. It's just more like, how did you suck in light? Like, how does it not just be like, yeah, fuck you? It doesn't make sense to me how you could just suck light into something.
Because it has mass. Because there's something to it. Some particles that allow it to be emitted, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's still fucking weird.
No, I don't disagree. It is an odd, like, science is odd.
Cause like,
you know what I mean?
Can I hold up a flashlight and put a vacuum to it and watch the light get sucked up into it? No. That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah, but could you imagine having a black hole on Earth?
No, we'd be dead.
Right, yeah. So it's like, we can't even run this experiment.
I know.
But how cool though, like, they just made this like fake one.
This
You
little
got the
mini
super
one.
bright light, like,
You see it just- Ain't that what that particle accelerator is supposed to be doing? Making mini black holes for like an instant of a fucking split second or some shit?
well,
Colliding
I know they're
particles
trying
together?
to make dark matter, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to make the God particle or whatever. But I mean, I don't know about you, I've smoked it already. It is not in that laboratory.
I think that shit's crazy on its own.
Oh yeah.
They say that machine on itself could fucking make our magnetic poles shift just because of how strong that shit is.
Right.
It's
I
like,
mean,
like, why
they're
you-
shooting that really fast. That's
yeah.
for sure.
Why you building stuff like that for?
They're trying to understand the creation of life.
You don't need to understand it.
Well, yeah.
We don't know for a reason. There's a reason we don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know. Who knows? It could be a scary fucking story that we're not supposed to know.
Right. They actually find out the reason. They're like, this is actually horrible.
Yeah.
We're not telling anybody.
Right.
Don't, everybody, we'll just keep running tests. This is horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not doing that.
Like, no, we're not doing this today. They cannot find this out. They'll
Yeah.
freak out. Everybody will die. They'll kill themselves. Life will be pointless.
Erase the hard drives now and dump into the toilet.
I can see it.
Right, yeah. Man. It's crazy how we're all connected, though.
We're all one consciousness, just in multiple consciousnesses.
Yeah, I mean, and like, somebody told me the other day, he's like, people are always so like self-conscious, ego-driven about like what other people think of them and what they're doing, and he's like, truth is nobody cares. They all got their own shit going on in their head, their own insecurities, and they're all just trying to make it in this world too. So stop thinking that anybody cares about you. We all care, but nobody really cares.
No, that's the truth though. The
Yeah.
older I get, the more I realize nobody really cares,
Right.
You got, a few friends there that really care, but most people, they're just there.
They're just people.
Yeah.
And they got their own lives going on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to take it personal either. You know what I mean? That's what I take from it too. It's like they got their own shit going on. They don't need my shit. You know.
Right.
When we get together and have fun and do something, then that's what we get to do.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, even myself, I'm horrible at staying in contact with people.
Same. I'm ADD. Like so. Like I'm one of those people. Like if the cupboard's closed, whatever's in there doesn't exist.
My grinder could be right here. I set my phone on it. I'm like, where'd my grinder go? I can't find it.
Oh
I'm looking
man,
for 20 minutes.
I'm gonna have to buy a new grinder. I cannot find it.
I go to pick up my phone.
Oh shit!
Gotta quit putting shit on top of shit.
No, I get it. I was actually just talking to somebody the other day, and I felt bad. I was like, yeah, you know, I probably don't call my mom enough. Because sometimes I just forget I have people I'm supposed to talk to.
Yeah,
if they're not in my everyday, regular day,
way.
you know? And it's not a purpose, not like I don't care. Like, anytime I actually can, like, sit and think about people, like, I'll start like, hey, man, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I don't want to say the problem, but what that becomes is super time consuming because then, like, you send all these people messages, hey, and then they all start a conversation, like, man, I can't talk to all 25 of you guys today. Jeez. You know?
Yeah. I try to keep people I talk to short list.
Right.
Because if I start texting on the phone and I'm doing something, it's either going to go one or two ways. I'm going to fucking forget what I'm doing and pay attention to the phone, or I'm going to start texting and forget about this and start doing this shit. So
right.
I try to stay off this as much as possible. I'm not too fucking much.
It's easy to do, especially with reels and videos and stuff.
They get you sucked in. You just go to watch one, and then your thumb just goes, think. Next.
Right, without even thought. It's like,
right, yeah, it just does it.
Yep, I'm having a good time. I feel my dopamine going. Let's go, come on.
Yep. 20 minutes goes by, like, I only want to watch that one. What the fuck am I doing?
I'm like, oh man, wasn't I watching comedy? Where did this shit come from?
Right. It's like on YouTube, I have a video playing, and then like I'll because I like to multitask. While I'm watching a video, I like to look for another video.
Yeah, while I'm watching TV.
Or listen to music. And I'll see a short, and I'm like, let me watch this short real quick. And then I'm like, all right. And my thumb just goes up, and then I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back to that video.
I was watching something. Rewind.
They make it so addicting on purpose, man.
Well, I mean, it's just they know what excites us, what we're looking for. You know what I mean? Like, they know how the brain works. So it's like, how hard is it to really keep someone's attention if you really need to? You know?
Just look up what they look up. Whenever they look up, look at the history, start advertising that shit. That's pretty much what they do.
Facebook's been getting next level with some of those commercials. I don't know about you, but I've
had some porn commercials.
Yes. I'm like, we can't post this on Facebook, but you guys are allowed to have commercials for this shit?
This is one girl was straight up just fucking herself with a dildo. I was like, this is Facebook.
Right. I'm like, what is going on right now? And my kids could be watching this. You know what I mean? Like,
but we can't fucking say, you're fucking retarded.
Right. Or what is it, the one comedian, he's like, I got banned from Instagram. I call somebody a worthless potato. They were so offended.
They took that to heart.
And he's like, I've been using cunt a long time. I'm calling cunts people all over the place. But, man, call them worthless potato. Banned.
That's that potato word that gets it.
Must have been an Irish spoken.
People are so fucking sensitive, man. I hate it. Even on Facebook, I type posts and I'm like, someone's gonna get mad. Fuck it.
Right? And then you just lose the need and want to express yourself, you know?
That's how I am too. Because then you're like, well, I can't say this. Oh, I can't say that. Well, if I say this, these people will get mad. Or if I say that, this person might get upset.
Yeah.
Can't even be me anymore on Facebook.
Right. And it's supposed to be part of the whole thing of being, you know, an individual is just being able to talk and do, you know, we're going to say stupid things. You say enough things, you're always going to say something stupid. But in the middle of that rant, you might find brilliance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you would never got to it because you couldn't say all the stupid shit that came out first, you know?
I wish I knew how to do coding. I'd make my own fucking social media platform.
Yeah, that sounds really hard to do.
Hey, fucking back in MySpace days, I used to know that. I used to know how to do that coding because they taught us that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember that? Did you ever have MySpace?
Not very long.
They used to let you customize your profile and everything, but you had to like know the code to it to fucking change it and everything. You couldn't just be like, I want this to this, click this to that. It was like, all right, I gotta go to this page, find the code, copy that, bring it over here, figure out where to paste it. Like, I actually knew coding back then and how to do it, but now, if you ask me, I have no idea.
I know, and now I think with quantum computing, right, they're not even using zeros and ones anymore, so they're using images. So, like, to teach an AI, like what a truck is instead of like 00100. It's
This is a truck.
just thousands of pictures of trucks. Like this is what a truck is. You know what I mean? And that's how it learns and adapts. Like that's
kind of cool.
That's super cool to me. Like because I'm a visual person, so it's like you give me something to look at. Like okay, now I got you.
Right.
Don't give me these words. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, don't give me a book and I can't understand that. I have to read it 4 times.
Dude, my cognitive comprehension is.
I can't. It's just like book work to me. I'm not book smart. I'm street smart. Like I can build stuff. I can do stuff. I can survive.
Yeah.
I'm not good at doing tests. I'm not good at reading stuff. I don't know. That's where my skills end, at the reading part.
Right.
But I can build anything. I can survive. I can grow stuff. I can do real life.
Yeah, troubleshoot. And like, cause I come from an engineering background, so like that's my whole thing, man. I just want to solve problems.
Yeah.
Like, let's figure out how this works. And I have a lot of people, like, as soon as they get something new, like, first thing they do, they're open the instructions to see how this works.
Not me.
I'm like, no, man, let's see what we got here.
Let's just start looking at it.
These and those look kind of same. Hey, I bet you that could ooh, it does. You know what I mean? You get to use your brain a lot more that way.
I'm the same way. I don't look at construction. I'm like, let's just start putting it together. If I do it backwards, well, I learned something today.
I learned how to not do something.
Exactly.
Right. But that laziness where people just like, I just want to have to do it once. Why not do it the right way? So I can kind of get that.
Work your brain and let it work a little bit.
Right. You know what I mean? Like that's where the best.
Your brain just wants to be on idle all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why we scroll our phones, because it'll just go to idle,
Literally. It's like you want your thumb to go up every so often? Okay.
Right, yeah. This is easy, That's hilarious.
Oh, the world we live in. The future's not so fun, man.
I got hope. I gotta keep hope, man. I got a kid. I gotta hope that the world is gonna keep turning and we're all gonna slowly start to love each other and expand out and...
We just gotta teach love.
Huh?
We gotta teach love. Most people don't teach love.
Right.
They're in a house where their parents and shit don't get along or probably argue and fight and shit like that. They don't get to see love.
Right.
Like, I didn't get to see much love when I was growing up.
Yeah, that's
in a house where they argued and shit a lot. Like, yeah, my mom loved me.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of, negative stuff going on as well. So it was just like, me as a kid, I didn't grow up with the love that most people did, I guess. I don't know how to really explain it. It kind of sounds bad with me saying it that way. But I'm not trying to mean it that way.
I mean, you can tell when you meet people, like, oh man, your parents loved you, didn't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can just tell, like, their mannerisms, the way they talk to people, you know what I mean? Like, you had a good childhood, didn't you? That's awesome. Good for you, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, my childhood wasn't bad. But it could have been better, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we're young, we always think everything should be better, right? And then we see, as adults, like, no, really, y'all could have been doing a little better.
Right?
Like, I'm having some flashbacks. I remember when y'all were doing some of this stupid shit, because now I'm doing it.
Yep. Live and you learn, man. That's all it's
Live,
about.
learn, and grow, right?
If I'm not learning something, I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Is that picking up on that over there?
Probably.
Oh, man. I've been hearing it.
So, like, what was it doing? It's been over an hour.
Yeah.
Hour 16.
Oh, man.
2:40. So I'm about close to that time.
Right. Should we wrap up?
Yeah, good, yeah.
But so like let's finish up with final thoughts, because our whole point was karmic cycles. You know what I mean? Where do you? Yeah. So you said you didn't want to be here again, though. You hope the next one's different. Because I'm definitely an earth creature. I feel like I've always been here.
I feel like I've always been here too, but I just feel like I want things to be different. I want life to be better. I don't want to have to work. I don't want to have to be part of this government.
Yeah.
If we're gonna live like we're supposed to, I'd be cool being a hunter-gatherer.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the technology and just live. Like, hell yeah, technology's cool. Going to raves are cool. Concerts are cool. But being one with nature would be way cooler.
Oh, they're just pretty dangerous, though.
Yeah. But she's got everything we need.
Because, I mean...
Medicines, everything.
Fight or flight comes from, like, animals chasing us.
Yeah.
because as a human species, we are weak. Like if you just put a human out in the nature,
Yeah, but go look at those tribal people and shit. Them motherfuckers could be 80 years old. They're buff as hell. Like they're not weak, but there's definitely
Amazonian people.
Yeah,
like
they're fucking in shape, man. That would be us if with no technology and stuff. If we were still hunter gatherers, we'd all be like more in shape.
Right, harder.
Yeah,
smarter.
Yeah, we'd still be easy to kill. Animals would still kill us. Yeah, but we'd still be we'd be more agile.
Well, there was a guy on Rogan the other day, and he was talking about how he was down in the Amazon. He was chasing a culture of people or whatever, and he was like, man, you come across these people, and like they finally took him in because they killed some of the other people that came in by accident, and then like he was able to like meet up with somebody and like make a bond and like, hey, I just want to come in and check out things.
Yeah,
be with
I'd
you
love
guys.
to do that.
That sounds dangerous as hell.
It does sound dangerous, but I would love to just see that lifestyle. If you're like, can I just come and record it? Not like I ain't gonna fuck with you guys or nothing. Like just just introduce me to your tribe, dude. That'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, cause like
offer them some food, bring them a whole fucking boatload of fucking food and shit, man. Fish, fruits.
They don't want our food.
Well, no, just get some fresh shit. I'm gonna get some bullshit, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever they need, obviously they already have it because they're existing there,
Bring them some goddamn carbon fiber spears. You ain't never had a spear this light.
Right? Check this out. Like, ooh.
He throws it, just gone
into a fucking tree.
He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, come on.
Right. All right. I like you. But no, what he was saying is like, because he'd already been down in the jungle and like dealing with the humidity and the bugs and this and that. And these people like were running full tilt through this jungle barefoot, stepping on anything and everything.
They got hard feet though.
Hard feet, hard bones. Their joints
even their feet are like
much spread out and stuff. And he was like, and they would just run. We were running forever, and then I'm stopping, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. And these guys are all just laughing, they're having a good time, and then they take off again.
Is that the guy with long hair?
Huh?
Is that the guy with long hair?
No, shorter hair, little mustache, whatever.
I've seen a similar video to that. It was a guy with long hair. He's like, yeah, these motherfuckers kept running, and then they're just dig a hole in the ground and drink some mud water.
I seen that one. The guy with the blonde hairs.
Yeah.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah, getting off topic again.
Right, yeah. It's so easy to do, right? Tangent.
What are your views on that, on the karma cycle?
Well, see, like, there was an interesting, someone talked about, like, once you put something in the wheel, you know what I mean? Like so we make a kid, right? So no matter what, I have to come back now because I made a kid. I put something into this world, so I have to come back around and deal with it or something. And it's like, I don't mind. I feel like I've been here for a long time, a few thousand years at least. I wouldn't mind to keep seeing what changes,
Yeah, I mean, things just gotta get better, that's all.
Oh, but to go back to your moon cycling though, so this guy that I had living with me for a little while, that I brought him home from Electric Forest and he lived with me for a year. Legit, his name's Hopper.
Was that fucking that hippie dude?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Was his name something else? Albert or something?
No, Albert's a different guy. He's still my friend.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Hopper was living with me for a while. That was like the 2017 Forest, I think. And he said that the Russians blew up the recycler on the dark side of the moon or whatever. So that's why we've been getting all these crazy different types of people coming to this planet, because the recycler is like coming from a different area now. So we're not getting the original, soul cycle people, but they're all coming from another place now because the recycler on the moon got blown up. I was like, that's an interesting take. He's like, you didn't see all these other, what I would call odd individuals that we have now in society back then.
You didn't though.
Like, I guess you gotta go, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of weird motherfuckers out there nowadays.
Because he was definitely a schizophrenic, and like, when he was normal, like he still had some crazy stories to talk about, and the some of the shit that he come up with, like, you know, he's like, I can hear them up there. You know, like the elders, like, I can hear them. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
What were they saying, man?
Yeah, what are they talking about? When he started saying that it was my girlfriend and stuff at the time across the street getting a blowjob, I was like, you know, that didn't really happen, right? Like, and then he swore these things were happening, like that we were like hanging out downstairs with him when we were never home and stuff. I'm like, all right, buddy, you gotta go.
Right,
like I'm telling you the honest truth of my physical existence and you know that's happening right now, and it's not the same as yours, and I don't want there to be conflict.
Right. He's in his own world now.
Right, yeah. But he was a great guy though. You know, he had his, you know, he was a carny, so to speak, or a traveler.
Yeah.
You know, he did the Grateful Dead for a long time and stuff. So he was his own character for sure. You know, but it was just funny thinking about. He said the moon recycler. I was like, I heard the Russians blew it up.
Damn Russians.
Oh man,
that's great.
Well, this has been fun, man.
Yeah, no, it's been a good conversation.
Yeah, I'll definitely be down to do this again if you want to sometime.
Definitely. You have to come out and check out my place sometime.
Yeah, for sure need to. Just to go mess around.
Yeah.
If anything, you know?
Yeah, man. But I think that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for joining.
Whoop whoop.
Have a good morning, evening, and or good night. I don't know what it is. You could be sleeping, going to bed, waking up. Could be anything. Whatever it is, have a good day. Keep the good vibes going, man. Peace.